Hello, my name is Brian Williams, and I'm a youth motivational speaker, a 4th degree black belt, and the founder of Think Kindness, a nonprofit organization that inspires measurable acts of kindness in schools and communities around the country. My job is to spark tidal waves of kindness within schools across the United States, which is much harder than it sounds. I join the ranks with you, caring adults that are wanting to inspire a kinder generation. It's tough. We are constantly doing battle against the next up-and-coming social media craze, whether it's Snapchat, Ask.fm, Instagram, Vine, Whoosy, or What's It. I actually recently heard of a student that came up to me and said, Facebook, that's for old people. The very next day, my grandma poked me on Facebook. Yeah, that was weird. But in order to make kindness cool, you need to not necessarily master, but more so recognize a couple of key things that motivate this generation of youth. Once you understand these 5 steps, you can use them in a formulated plan that will engage, inspire, and also educate students in a way that will leave a lasting impression on their lives. The first step in inspiring youth to be kind is you need to speak to their elephant. Did he just say speak to their elephant? Why, yes, I did. A psychologist by the name of Jonathan Haidt wrote an amazing book called The Happiness Hypothesis, and he gave this amazing metaphor of a person riding an elephant. You see, the rider is in a very precarious position because at any moment when the rider and the elephant have a disagreement, the rider is always going to lose. The rider represents logic, direction, and guidance. The elephant represents emotion. The first thing you must realize when you're trying to inspire youth is you can't just rattle off facts and statistics and do's and don'ts. This would be like only speaking to the rider without ever addressing the elephant. It won't work. I'm sure it might help temporarily, but this is something that you can't depend on for long-term change. In order to motivate, you need the elephant's help. The elephant has some enormous strength, but it also has a crippling weakness. And that weakness is, well, it's lazy. The elephant is always looking for the easy way out. You can personally relate to this when your alarm goes off at 5 o'clock in the morning. Your rider, your logical side, says, hey, let's get up early before the house awake, make some coffee, fix the lunches, maybe even get a quick run in. But your elephant says, boy, it's warm and cozy in this bed. What's another 10 minutes gonna hurt? And smack goes your snooze button. For students, this is like, what's 10 more minutes on the Xbox? Or what's one quick text message? But on the flip side, the elephant has enormous strength, and that's love, courage, passion, joyfulness, and happiness. You see, emotion is the elephant's home turf. If you can discover a way to speak a little bit of logic in a way that gets their emotions churning in a positive direction, if you can get the elephant and the rider working together as one, then they're a force that can't be stopped. You have to use logic, but use it in a way that compels to their emotion, which leads us perfectly to step number 2. Find something that gets them excited. The easiest way to find out what gets their emotions pumping is, well, you ask them. Everyone has something that strikes an emotional chord. Your goal is to find something that they care about, something that they want to help, something that they want to change. This can be an illness that they want to eradicate, a species that they want to save, a cause they want to bring awareness to, or it could be as simple as spreading happiness around the world. You want to create the forum for them to literally test drive making a difference in someone's life, giving all of their knowledge and their energy and their skill sets and their passion not only a purpose, but also a positive direction and outlet. But how do you do this? How do you discover what gets their emotions churning? Well, this is where I'm sure your creative mind can go wild. You can showcase videos, and while they're playing, sit back and gauge the response, and you could pose the question, if you had $1 billion to help one single charity, what would it be and why? Finding the answer to what gets them excited may take a while, but it's a fun and meaningful journey that both you and your students should take together. And once you narrow down that one thing that you feel will get their emotions churning, then behind the curtain, you need to sit back and start planning your challenge, which brings us to step number 3. Create an audacious challenge that they can share and accomplish. Once you've identified what gets their rider and their elephant moving, now we have to think of something to literally guide them to, a challenge. In your case, a kindness challenge. Now, this is the favorite part of my job, instigating kindness movements, competitions, challenges. It's gonna be so much fun, but there are some important things to remember when creating the challenge itself, and they are strategically placed in the words that I use to describe this step. So let me say them again. Create an audacious challenge that they can share and accomplish. The first word, audacious. You want to create a challenge that is so outside the box, edgy, even a little nutty, fun, creative, one that when they think about it, they get excited. My one challenge to you would be to try to find a challenge that is not based around raising money. This is everyone's fallback. Yes, charities and causes need money, but your goal isn't to raise millions of dollars. It's to create a movement. Take money off the table and it will force their creative juices to really come out. Plus, it leads to the next word, share. This generation of youth can be AKA'd as the connected generation. Pretty much every student, once they reach middle school, has the ear of 500 friends just sitting in their pockets. They have a burning passion to document their lives and to share it with their friends. From taking a picture of a giant cookie they're about to devour, to snapping a selfie on top of a roller coaster. This generation is all about having a voice. They want to speak up for something. They want to create conversation. They want to do something so awesome that when their friends see it, they click a like button. I know it's kind of lame, but it's true. They will sit and refresh a computer screen 1,000 times just to see their like counts go up and up and up. So when you're thinking of your challenge, think of something that creates visual elements that not only allows them to witness in person, but for every one of their social media friends and followers to witness as well. And the last important word, accomplish. You want something that at first is a big, audacious goal, but still achievable. I go into schools and I challenge them to document 5,000 acts of kindness or to collect 1,500 pairs of shoes in just 15 days. Students and even sometimes the staff think I'm nuts, but they always not only hit their goal, but most of them surpass it. Just this last year, we had a school document over 15,000 acts of kindness, and another school collected over 22,000 pairs of shoes. And that was just a middle school with just a mere 650 students. Again, amazing things can happen when you get the elephant and the rider moving together in solidarity. And the next step in creating a kindness movement, bring it full circle. It's important for students to see the impact that they have created. They need to realize that kids, just like themselves, can truly make a difference in the world. You'll want to create an environment for them to literally see and admire what they accomplished from the outside looking in. This moment where they see it come full circle is very important. This moment needs to speak directly to their elephant, not their rider. This is the difference of challenging a child. Your campaign made over 2,000 Valentine's Day cards for soldiers overseas. Great job, high five. Versus having a local soldier literally show up in your school in full dress uniform, walk into your classroom and personally pick up all of the Valentine's Day cards. Then, weeks later, your students receive a letter in the mail with pictures of US soldiers halfway around the world holding the very cards that your kids made, accompanied by a heartfelt thank you note, and maybe they'll even sport a local t-shirt. You see, one is just high five, you're awesome. The other is more of an experience, and experiences are emotional. You need to find something that gets their elephant, getting their emotions excited, so excited that they want more. Which brings us to the last step, step number 5. Plan your next challenge. You want to strike while the iron is hot. Pose the question, if we did this in just 30 days, what else can we do? who has some ideas. And we've just moved back to step number 1. And your kindness movement has just begun. If you would like any help in kickstarting a kindness movement at your school, I would love to work with you. Please feel free to pick my brain, email me with any questions or ideas or thoughts that you may have. I'm here for you. Thank you so much, and take care.